Dragon Age Inquisition was rated M for mature by the ESRB and contains blood, intense violence, nudity, sexual content, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, my name is Amaronith and I play games for the internet, and today we're playing Dragon Age Inquisition. It's time for another Codex Entry reading, and we're going to start with creatures. August Ram. The August Ram! Surely whoever named it Ram had never seen its more common cousin. The slender legs and sleek hide give the animal the grace of a hart or hala. Its curved horns spiral back over delicate ears, twitching at the slightest rustle of grass. When startled, speed is the August Ram's only defense against the hunter. It is difficult to sneak up on these shy and wary creatures, but I have been here so long and shown such mild behavior that I have gained their trust. The rams graze peacefully a stone's throw from my sketching easel as I write this, thinking no more of me than a rock or in the field or a flower in the grass. I just wish the rotten things would stop trying to eat my canvases whenever I leave camp. From the Diary of Tillendal Lamellan, noted painter of wildlife and portraits to the Orlesian court. Great Bear. The Orlesian Great Bear is so named because it is very large indeed. Other names for it include the colorful Old Man of the Forest, and the less charming but more clearly descriptive Woodman's Death. I am told that they are only found in remote parts of the Dales, and that not even the nobility is willing to hunt for them, which makes them unique among the rare, giant, deadly, exotic fauna of Thedas. The only thing the Orlesians are truly afraid of. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Jenna TV. Tales. Bottles of Thedas. Garbolg's Backcountry Reserve. Likely dropped to avoid seizure by authorities or because of seizure due to drinking it. Garbolg only brewed from 874 to 892 blessed. Killed when the vapors in his beard spontaneously combusted. Golden Scythe 490 black. This battlefield spirit maintains a chill even in direct sunlight, which it appears to absorb. Optimal serving is by the drop. Contact with exposed flesh is discouraged, but likely inevitable. Dragon Piss. The name is probably figurative, but no one knows for sure. Hirol's Lava Burst. It tastes like burning. Brewed exclusively in Cal Hirol. Finale by Masad. The last bottling from the legendary vintners of Ferelden before lands were divided. Tears on the glass as slow as the turning of a reluctant air, as quick on the tongue as words that cannot be unsaid. Butterbile 784. A hard liquor that is not so much served as it is brandished. Coarse and indifferent, it is to your taste, or it is not. The failing is yours if you cannot raise or lower to the challenge of a distiller told not to. Vint 9 Rowan's Rose. Delicate to the nose, comfort to the tongue, and, strangely, a half-remembered whisper to the ears. It is described as, and inspires, a wistful spirit, a vintner's opus. Antivan Sip Sip. Careful, this one's mean. Attic-raised mean. Popular among highborn who wish to seem dangerous, but more at home grasped by the neck by those who actually are. Carnal 869 blessed. An Orlesian liqueur for the daring, or those who wish to seem so, said to enhance sensation, and at the bottom an erotically carved peach pit. The design is plain, but the bottler assures that the act of carving was scandalous. Alvarado's Bathtub Boot Screech. If you can read this, you haven't drunk it. Grey Whiskey, Ritewine, Conscription Ale. Perhaps local to a handful of Grey Warden companies, these spirits reflect a custom, or legend, born of utility. Allowed to seize goods to aid their cause, wardens combine half-full bottles to save space while traveling. Never fully emptied or, as with a kettle, cleaned, each eventually takes on a base flavor as unique as the warden carrying it. What do we care? Nothing burns like the first cup. Could be fact, could be tribute. It does seem as though the bottles range farther than the namesake warden could. A bottle marked vintage. Warden Cornick. Notes of fruit and anger. A bottle marked vintage. Warden Gibbons. Don't friggin' touch. I spit in this. I mean it. A bottle marked vintage. Warden Tontiv. Home. A bottle marked vintage. Warden Riordan. Serve yourself. A bottle marked vintage. Warden Daedalem. Extra red. A bottle marked vintage. Warden Bethany Hawk. Princess Piss. I don't remember if I read this, and I haven't updated my notes in a bit. Because see, what I do when I read these is I record the reading, obviously, and then when I edit, I mark down what is read in the episode, and then once it's rendered, I watch through the episode again, and that's when I do the timestamps of when it begins, when it ends. But if I'm just recording and I haven't edited even the Codex entries, I'm missing the Codex entries for episodes 45 to 48 and 49 to 52. But I do have 53 to 56. So such as such as such. This seems familiar. I'll read it again anyway. Harden Hightown, Chapter 8, by Varric Tethras. Donan Brenikovic left his partner Jevlin at the barracks. The recruit was even more jittery after their run-in with Captain Belladonna, and although Donan himself was starting to feel his limbs weighed down and aching after such a long shift, he finally had the scent of something in this case. He wouldn't let it get away. The city of Kirkwall has a legacy of collectors. It was built in ancient times by Tevinters who collected suffering as if it were rare coins, and they passed on their obsession with obsession to future generations. On any street from Darktown to the Viscount's Keep, you can find someone who'll always buy tapestries, or who has every known spoon made in Navarra, or someone who hoards odd bits and scraps of historical knowledge like it's their grandmother's crockery. Which is how he found himself knocking on a brightly painted door in the alienage. "Oh, guardsman, what a nice surprise! Nobody's been mugged, have they?" The elf beamed up at him. She had green eyes so wide they barely fit in her face, and she seemed to be made of nothing but elbows and knees. "No muggings today, Maisie." Donan had to duck his head slightly to get through the door. "I have something you might be interested in." He handed her the letter the magistrate's wife had given him the night before. "Well, this doesn't look very interesting at all." Maisie frowned, disappointed. "What you have claimed belongs to greater powers. You will answer to us. That's a lot of rubbish." "Not that. Look at the back." She flipped the letter over and cooed as if she'd found a lost puppy. "Oh, just look at you. You're just perfect." "Maisie," Donan spoke in a loud, firm voice, trying to remind her he was still in the room. "Whose seal is that?" "Oh, it's the executor's, of course." Maisie peered excitedly at the wax seal, holding it up to the window for better light.
I should have guessed it from the silly great powers nonsense. There's only been one example on the letter claiming responsibility for the assassination of Queen Madrigal in 599. And this one's so much better. Just look at that imprint.
Any idea how I'd contact these executors? Donnan asked.
Oh, they're not real, of course. Everyone knows that.
Knight's Guardian. Traveling through the emerald graves in the dales, one will see dozens of carven stone wolves. The Dalish call these the Knight's Guardians. In the days of Elvin Halam Sharal, wolf companions walked alongside emerald knights, never leaving the side of their chosen knight. Wolf and elf would fight together, eat together, and when the knights slept, wolves would guard them. The statues were erected in memory of their unbreakable bond. An excerpt from In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar, by Brother Genetivi. I guess that's it for now. Weird that there's so little. Maybe I'm just missing what should be there. I'll have to go through everything again and take a look. But, I will see you next time when we continue our way through the Emerald Graves. But, until then, take care of yourselves. Be safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.